Canada, our home and native land. With Dan, how to go? It's a little difficult, yeah. Oh, you're doing your best, hon. I know, because you're bobbing a lot. With Bowie loving, watch in the sight of his gay feelings of the island. Oh wait, I forgot island they're supposed to be on. I'm sorry. I had to do that, right? Because when I first seen this, again, I didn't know these characters would be underage. You're probably thinking, Dan, FBI, open. Again, they're not real, right? But let's just say they are. I would just see them as college age. Not to mention, they kind of just like college age, right? And I know for my Canadians, you probably won't see this as a big deal, but as Americans who like to freak out over everything, especially since they're not real people, right? And I'm sorry, I'm just being off topic, right? Because I gotta say this, when I first saw Total Drama, or the sequel, as I like to call it, that stuff, the reboot, I thought Watch was hot, literally. Not to mention, I think it's supposed to be Dion, I think Indian, yeah. I just see him as a 19-year-old college boy that loved hockey with his friend Rain, that is straight. And basically, he's in love with this black boy, right? This really cute black boy named Bowie. And the way it's 5:03 in the morning. Damn, let's see. You got the 15th of November on a Saturday. Also, if they're supposed to be high school, how does Chase basically have his own house or being an influencer? Yes, I know to be high school kids, but that's more like college kids. You don't see high schoolers doing that, not to mention with no guardian present. Right? Again, I don't want to focus on it. Right? I wanted to share this because I did check I didn't check my analytics, but I noticed, I'm not sure my channel is doing decently. Again, I don't bother checking views or whatever. That, for my Canadians, are you doing this? I have noticed that a really old video of this dumb ass of a Canuck. I think a Canuck means a bastard, right? I've heard that word. Shrimp and well one accused you. Screw off. That's why I got your bitch. Part my language. That outfit. I'm sorry. I had to just get that out of my system. You're probably thinking, Dion, what are you talking about? It's an incident that happened at Walmart. I just had to get that out of my system, right? I'm sorry. Also, if you love Canada, type a maple leaf emoji, or if you're Canadian, okay, the other way around. I want to make this better. If you're Canadian, type a maple leaf. And if you love Canada, type a Canadian flag. Just for this video, right? And I was just bored, and, I was going through a lot of stress, and I just want to get something off my mind, especially my Brazilian crush, Wesley, to look up something about cartoon or Canadian cartoons, right? Since I thinking the Alex Badger video got some viewers. And I thought, you know what, why not just talk about this? Not to mention the Mario Galaxy movie reaction live stream I did. I think it's still getting some views because some of the videos that I posted, right? Because that's more than 2 days ago, I think. And I think it's still getting some views because I know the videos I posted, they're not getting more views than that. I could tell because of the place of where my videos are. But that's not important. I was looking up on Reddit, right? And I was really curious to talk about, let's just say, Total Drama. Well, for now, I want to do about race. And then tomorrow, I'll probably do about how old Total Drama characters look. Right? Because someone posted it about this on the Total Drama subreddit. And pardon me for my slurred speech. I'm just a little bit nervous or whatever. Since people are just so judgmental. And again, I like to call myself a Total Drama. A Total Drama is someone that loves Total Drama. Right? Or, to make this abbreviated, I'm a drama. I love Total Drama. Thanks a lot. Okay? I'm doing this in a sarcastic chopper way, if you know what I mean by chopper. Right? Because thanks to you, you kind of really, really made my childhood pretty well as an Arizonan. Very quick, I just want to spoil it. So Cody, Beth, whoever that weird girl is from Pakato Island, I hated her. It's just, man, she cheated me off. Well, no, she doesn't. The Wizard Boy, he cheated me off, and that doofus with the purple hair that looks like Doofenshmirtz, but a loser version. They look like the 14-year-olds? Huh. At least that's what someone basically viewed them as. That's really interesting. Huh. Well, for me personally, I view Voyage as 19, even though they're not on here. That's just me personally, like college age, right? It actually makes sense. Called adult teen. Like you're a teenager, but you're an adult, right? Basically, let me just move on. Okay? And again, just to be a little bit guilty, just to be a little bit random, I still find Deku. I know he's supposed to be 16, right? I'm guilty of this because even a woman that a worker, when I used to go to, it's not like Hot Topic, some store, I told her I thought he was cute. Because this is when I was younger, and this is like to escape of my traumas, right? Again, they're not real characters. Okay? Why are there people like Lolly? Right? Not okay, but, well, it's whatever. As long as you don't draw inappropriate, you know what, right? That beef doesn't harm anyone. And she says, you know what, there's something wrong with that. Make us look young for my age. Also, again, it's just to escape. Again, they're not real. Remember that. Okay? Luffy, I want him to be real. That's why he's 19. I'm sorry, I'm sharing a lot because I know how people online are. Okay? I just wanted to share about myself. I guess because I always feel like I have to hide myself. I don't want to. Yes, I think Roch is cute. I gotta be honest. Maybe it's because I've been hearing on the media. I'm like, can't it just be 19 or something? Why do I always have to be, especially this is take place years later, and not to mention the influence culture that they do. Total drama. I mean, it's so weird how they're posting 16, right? I'm thinking, okay, Lashana, the black boy, I think it's TJ, right? DJ, whatever. Gwen, I'm shocked that they're their age. Man, you Canadians or something else. Honestly. Again, they're older teenagers, so it happens, right? Anyway, I had to get that on my system, but when I'm looking up on here, I'll show the URL. I'm sorry if that's so awkward, okay? I am so sorry about that. Is by a user named Crew, otherwise 4005. Okay? Confirm character, races, or ethnicities, or nationalities, right? And I'm sorry that all of you can't really see the image because I'm not going to bother screenshotting everything because I'm just not on the mood for that. And I'll just read this out loud, okay? I've decided to make a tier list of all the confirmed character races / ethnicities or nationalities. So I always get that mixed up because race is basically, well, your background, right? Ethnicity is like the group of that. So let's just say if I'm black, but my ethnic would be Jamaican. Well, damn, let's see. It's so confusing. I see no, it's the same, right? Like if you see Hispanic and Latino, I see both of them the same. I know they're not, but I just see it that way. Like, we have a lot of Hispanics out here, you know, they're Latinos, right? Nationalities is basically the country of their origin. I was surprised to find that some things I thought were facts actually don't seem to have any resources. If you find anything, then leave a comment. Some explanations I put blindly. Wait, is that supposed to be the damn host, I believe? In the Irish descent here, and Chris McLean in the Scottish descent. He's Scottish? You mean that fucking pervert from my language? I mean, I still like Chris. I know he's fucking weird, and I'm surprised he wasn't in jail for all the stuff he did. Not to mention, well, filming Duncan in a fucking bathroom, but at least he censored it. Right? It's Canadian, so yeah, their law's a little different than us Americans. Well, slightly, not much. It's still not, it's, even they're adults, it's still not okay. But whatever. Because of the last names. That makes sense. Izzy is Scottish? Due to her saying her grandmother was Scottish and Riot on set, which is the episode, right? Interesting. Not counting her saying that she was 187 of Cherokee. Yeah, that doesn't really count because that's like your that's like your ancestors, so to speak, right? It'd be different like 112 Cherokee, my opinion. I've seen people say that Eva is concerned to be Eastern European. So what? Eva? I thought she might be Arab. But the biography only says she comes from a village in Europe. I'm not great. Okay, this is a little bit long of a read. I'm sorry. I forgot to include in the tier list that Priya. Oh, she has to be Indian. Heck yes. Honestly, MK. Oh, she's Vietnamese. Because of her voice actor. Really? I didn't knew that. Okay, so, and plus, I gotta do number 2. So, whole thing, right? Because I thought this is really cool. And again, for my Canadians here, I thank you so much for being on my channel because not this great. He was for being a teacher, and not to mention as well. Also, the way that he raised his son. I swear, if I could get this channel popular, I want to donate like money or goodies to them. Just like how a viewer from Massachusetts did to me, and I want to do it for Dumbo as well. You know, I wish I could do it for everyone, but at least for those two, right? Because they did so much for me. Not to mention Eric be so caring. His Greg's son. I'm sorry for being off topic, okay? Basically, what I'm viewing here is a tier list, right? I like to call it the Canadian Maple list, right? You like think about a tier list, but whatever. Okay, I'm sorry, because you know like how the Maple Leaf has two arms and then one thing, right? We're kind of going down, but it kind of spreads out. I like to call it the Maple list. Okay, and basically there's a lot of characters that are white Canadian, which means they're just white. I'll read them out loud. Amy, Beth, Brick. I thought Brick was kind of hot when I first saw him. Well, when I was like in my 20s or so. I don't see him as, you know, I see him as like adult teens. That makes sense, right? He's supposed to be the sergeant, right? Bridget, Carrie. I know she definitely has to be in college. Chet, which is supposed to be that stupid, stepbrother? Not a fan of him. Corey, I used to basically like when I was younger, though, like much younger, because I did watch Total Drama when I was in middle school. I know I've seen him when I was much younger. It's just been years, at least whatever. Okay, because I did watch Total Drama Pakatoan when I was in my adult teen years. Crimson, which is one of the golfs, awesome. I forgot her name. That is a blonde that wears those shades. It's not Heather. Dawn, which is the girl that basically is like a fairy. Dawn, which is the host. I'm mistaken for Dawn, right? The host from the Redonkulous race. Duncan. Let's see. Drain, which is from the Redonkulous race. Ella, the one that's supposed to be. Dion, I think she looks like Snow White. I think, yeah, the Snow White lookalike weirdo. Emma. Now I'm mistaken for Emma for the Redonkulous race. That's just Emma on the sequel. Anui, which is basically the male golf. Ezekiel, Geoff, Jerry, Gwen, Harold, Jay, Jen, Joe, Julia, Jr., which is basically like the lookalike of Justin Bieber. It makes sense because this was around 2014. So, since, I think 2015-ish. I can't read that woman's name. That's supposed to be that mother that looks like from the Desperate Housewives of the Redonkulous race. That scary girl, I like to call her the Harley Quinn. She's a bitch. Lauren. Oh, so that's her name. Lindsay, Mary, Max, Mickey? Huh. And then one of the stupid vegans. Owen, Pete, Ripper, Rock, Rodney, Sadie, Sam, Sammy, Scarlett, she's pretty cool, I gotta admit. Scott, Sean, Spud, Stacy, Sugar, Tammy, basically that daughter from the Desperate Housewives. Well, you know what I mean, right? I can't really read her name because it's so bright and it won't let me zoom in for some reason. Tom, I think he's like the gay influencer, right? The Redonkulous race. I thought he was kind of hot, to be honest. I mean, he looks gay, right? Topher, Trent, Tyler, Wayne. I thought Wayne was cute. I gotta be honest. Zoe, Blaney. Yep. So she was supposed to be that one of those hosts, right? She's white, Canadian. Okay, she's white and Irish. And then Chris McLean, he's white and Scottish, along with Izzy. White, French, Canadian. Oh my, I can't stand it. The ice dancers. Jackass. And what the hell her name is. I can't stand those two bitches. White Italian. So they're Latino Canadian. Lorenzo and Mike. Interesting. And then Eva, right? She's white European. I think she may be Russian or something. I don't know. And then here's the black Canadian, aka like the black American version of Total Drama. So yeah, we got a few of us. Awesome. B, Beardo, he sucks. Bowie. Caleb, not really, even though he was kind of hot. I gotta be honest. There's no way they're a teenager. I don't believe that. I don't. Literally. Cameron, which is supposed to be the nerd that gets taken advantage of. I feel so awful for him. He was such a sweetheart. Chef. Damien. Even I thought Damien was kind of cute, to be honest. Leonard, which is the wizard nerd freak. Lashana. Never been a fan of Lightning. Millie. Michelle. I thought she's pretty funny. including Millie herself in a way. Ryan and Stephanie, basically the daters, are always argue each other. And not to mention Saunders, which Zelda likes, by the way, which is a cop viewer of mine. That is supposed to be the police cadet. She's awesome. And then Black, which is Afro-Caribbean. So basically Jamaican, like Caribbean Black. But he's Jamaican DJ? Really? So he's basically Jamaican. Awesome. And then Black Aussie. Oh, yeah, she's Aborigine. Oh, yes. Basically, Aborigines, they can be seen as black. Jasmine, the tall girl, right? From Puckatoo Island. Absolutely. South Asian. We get to the Indians. There's only a handful of them. Raj, of course. Priya. Noah. Never seen him as Indian for some reason. Elodie, which is supposed to be one of the nerds. She didn't last long on the ridiculous race. And Dave. Even though that scene when basically, I forgot that girl that liked him when he was all muscular, has a six-pack, that was kind of hot. I'm sorry, I love men that have abs. Oh my gosh. Especially they could do not only they get an erection and they were beating me up and they get hair. Oh, sorry, I love the male body. YouTube did not take this down. You already gave me an age restriction off of me posting a video about Wesley of he blocked me. I don't know why. Just because I showed his stomach. YouTube is something else. Literally. And then we got East Asian. Oh, sorry, I had to pass gas. Which is Canadian ambiguous. I don't know what the heck this means. I guess it means they're mixed. Chase. Devin. Devin's hot. Emma. Kitty. They look like, I thought they were maybe, actually, I thought they may be like Native American or something. MK. Right. And then you got the Latin American. Axel, I can see that. Brody, he's pretty hot. I thought Dion, he might be Puerto Rican. I can see him as Puerto Rican. MacArthur, though, I guess she looks more Spaniard. And Zed, which for us Americans we name him or call him by Z, right? I know he's considered Hispanic. I guess kinda. Alejandro, well, yeah, of course he is. That's in Latin America. Well, Spanish born. He's Peruvian. Possibly. I could see that. And then we got the First Nations, which is only one. Cree, which means she's native. Canadian, eh? Sky. Oh, yeah. I could see that. Polynesian. Justin. I could see that. Heather. That bitch. She is biracial. She is Asian. Canadian and East Asian. Huh, possibly Japanese. I could see that. And then one of the stupid, Dion, let's see, because we're almost done on the list. Vegans. She is biracial. She is white and Jamaican. I could see that. Because she wears, those cool, reggae hats. I could see that. And then Courtney, the girl that likes to sue everyone. She's South Asian, but she could be Hispanic. Huh, interesting. And then that creepy that freaky girl, Sierra. I think she's black, but she's part German? Huh. And then, Annie Maria. Oh, she's from the Jersey. She is, because it's supposed to be during the Total Drama Revenge of the Island or whatever, because that's when Jersey Shore used to be around. Jersey Shore is supposed to be this weird adult series about these college age kids that like to drink and do other types of crap, right? It's a Jersey thing, you know, if you think about South Park, right? So she could be Chilean and Italian. I can see that because she wants to do her hair. And but last but not least, support ambiguous. I don't know what the hell that means, but it says possibly Malay or Malaysian or tan Caucasian. So she could be white and Malay, which is Katie. Interesting. So cool. Wow. That's really interesting. Honestly, I thought Sadie was Asian. Yeah, a lot of people seem to headcanon Sadie, Zorian, and Ella as Asian. Oh yeah, definitely. And I wanted to share this for all of you because the reason why I wanted to post this is because I love Canada. I'm mixed myself. You know, I'm black, right? So I can relate. Canadians are known to be really friendly. And 4, I did grow up with some Canadian cartoons, right? Not just Total Drama, but Totally Spies, and I think even Garage Band. And I think there's probably like another Canadian series A that I don't remember though. Well, there's 16. I haven't really watched that, and then something else, right? And I do think my Canadians so much that you basically have invented these cartoons, right? And I thought this was fun to basically talk about this because, again, Canada is like well, they are our neighbor up north, right? They're as diverse as we are. Their laws are pretty similar. You know, they love their flag just like us Americans do. Not to mention, I love their national anthem, and I love their maple syrup, even though I never tried it, but I love maple syrup. And it is stereotypically, well, there's some rude Canadians, but not as much, from my experience. Okay? Maybe I just got lucky. Um, that are known for being friendly, right? And I thought this would be something cool to share. And I wish I basically could talk more about this. I'm so sorry I just read up a list. But basically, just to add on top of that, I just really loved the Total Drama series. For the ones that have not seen it, okay? Because I know other people did reviews. Well, this is like a blind review. I'm sorry this is so dull because 1, I don't have a decent MacBook. 2, well, my phone doesn't work, so I can't really do videos around my room or whatever. And 3, well, I'm just bored, right? What I really like about the show, okay, to explain, is that you got these teens, right? Which is hard to believe they are considered teens, though, that would compete with these really risky and yet deadly challenges to win the money. And whoever's the last one standing, think about Survivor, right? They would win. Or think about Squid Game. But the soft and young adult version, I guess. Okay. Kid friendly? You know, there's some parts are not really kid friendly, or episodes are not kid friendly at all, of Squid Game, right? It's really good. So I just thought I could just share about this. And also what I love about the Redonkulous race as well is how you got these 2 boys, right? Again, Raj, that's looking over to Bowie, right? You got an Indian and then you got a black, right? I think that's really cool. Especially, I know I've been hearing about the Indian fatigue. I get it. Yes, I know. Those Indians do not count themselves as Indians. You don't poop on a beach. You basically do not use your armpit to use as like those little tacos. Nasty. Or that you don't bathe. It's just like here in the US, we like to do like fentanyl. We like to just be into child marriages. I know India has that too. And the KKK, whatever. Okay? I to the street vendors that they do that. No, I'm not doing it. Okay? I hope that doesn't sound harsh. But I still want to visit the country, regardless, right? And it's just amazing because, you know, this is 2025. At least of me already recording this, right? I really do appreciate how Raj, for example, he has a straight friend named Wayne that is kind of like more feminine than he is. And for my straight man out there, there's nothing wrong having a feminine side. As some women, or yeah, a handful of women really are into that because they love a man that is in touch with his. Well, us human beings, we got both feminine and masculine sides, right? You don't want to be all macho. Maybe there be some women, but I don't want to be around with those women because I know they're probably the ones that like to being up in a relationship. No. I'm just guessing here. But the thing is that Rain, not to mention shout out that his laugh was kind of hot. I could be honest, right? I feel guilty of that. Whoever the voice actor is, they sound hot as it is. He is so supportive towards him. And again, watch, he's not a gay stereotype. So is Bowie. He's just on the feminine side. And that's what I love about the series, right? Especially those two because of how gay friendly, just like US, Canadians are, and that's why they basically have these two. Not to mention, I just love how, well, we don't have this obnoxious gay stereotypes over here, right? And just for someone that would get bullied by other gay people in the past or mistreated, you'd be surprised. Even I'm a little afraid of gay guys sometimes, right? Not a homophobic way, just I get scared, I guess. Especially if they're kind of hot and they do the fetish thing and they know that, well, I like it and they take advantage of it. You know? Sorry, I'm getting into too much detail. But I just thought I could just share about this because, one, you got a gay interracial couple. 2, the show is hilarious as hell. And 3, I just didn't know that there's so much diversity. And 4, the animation is incredible, right? I just wish to Buddha's belly and Burma's beans that Canadians would have more cartoons because it's awesome. I like to call it MAPLETOON, right? You know, like how Japan they call it anime, China they call it donghua. I'm not sure what they call it for South Korea, but I just invented that word, right? It's basically Canadian cartoons. Because you know how the Canadian flag, they're known for the maple leaf, and it's kind of sweet. Okay, I don't know. I can't think of a cooler word than that, right? So, I always wonder why Japanese call it anime. It's really interesting. But yeah, it's just something I just want to share because I thought this was like really cool, and you know, it's kind of funny how they got all these like types of races here. I didn't knew that. I just don't really care for race. I don't. You know, I just care about the character's personality, maybe their looks. So yeah, like how I find Devin and basically, you know, like the ones I said, kind of hot. Especially Devin. Oh my goodness, he's hot. So yeah, I just thought I could just get this out of my system. And there's a video that I did want to share about loneliness. I'll have to post that later. But I'm so sorry. This is all that I can do with my videos because again, I'm poor. And I know I keep repeating myself because if I get any newcomers, this is all I can do right now. Also, yeah, that's right. I think there's another series that I watch as well. It was on Netflix. I think it is Canadian, eh? It's Glitch Text. I haven't seen it in a long time. Gosh, I used to do reactions of it, but they would get blocked. Glitch Text was awesome. Honestly, man, I forgot that was around. And that was released on 2017? Whew, dear me. I didn't know it's been that long. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a long time ago. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Anyway, I just thought I could just share this for all of you. Well, I don't think it is Canadian. It's Nickelodeon, so I'll take that back. But you know what I mean. I just thank you so much for just hearing me out about Total Drama. And yeah, I just really appreciate my Canadians for this, eh? I do. You know? I think that's about it for now. Oh.